Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Hassan Glenn, the Communications Manager for the Cobb County Sheriff's Office. Thank you for joining us today. We're excited to welcome you to a special event where we unveil a significant addition to the Cobb County Sheriff's Office, Sherlock, our electronic detection canine. It's my pleasure to introduce our esteemed guests who have made this monumentous occasion possible. First, we're honored to have Sheriff Craig Owens with us, whose leadership and dedication to innovation in law enforcement continue to set new standards for our community safety. We also are pleased to have Assistant Chief Gino Hawkins, whose tireless work and support have been instrumental in making today's event a reality. Finally, we extend our deepest gratitude to the founder and CEO of Defenders for Children, Tony Clark. Tony and her organization have generously provided Sherlock, and their commitment to combating child exploitation and trafficking is truly commendable. Together, we are taking a significant step forward in our ongoing efforts to protect our community and enhance our investigative capabilities. And with that, I'd like to bring up Sheriff Craig Owens.
Good afternoon, everyone. And again, thank you all for attending today for this great event that we'd like to introduce Sherlock to the Metro Atlanta area. I want to give special thanks, of course, to Defenders for Children for making this possible. Without y'all, we would not be here today, and this organization is phenomenal. This program that we're starting here in Cobb, if I'm not mistaken, and can you not hear me? Can be I think we're on the second one in the state of Georgia that will have this type of canine. Columbus, Georgia, and Muskogee County is the first to have it, and that's where I learned from the program there from Sheriff Countryman. And he told me how it was working and how good it was. I said, hey, it'd be great if we have this asset in the Metro Atlanta area, and particularly in Cobb County, that we can use, because these canines are an absolute asset for us in preventing some crimes against our children. But today, as we introduce Sherlock at Cobb County will be like a dual purpose. And you can say, what's a dual purpose? He'd be doing two things. Sherlock will also help keep our jail facility from having electronics and unauthorized things in there like cell phones of that nature. So he would be able to go through there and check that out for us as well. He'll be available for every city and county law enforcement in Cobb County, as well as surrounding jurisdictions if needed. So we're making sure that he's available for them as well. And the capabilities he has is phenomenal. So we'll be able to provide this support to other agencies and other than us as well. So he'll be a dual purpose. He'll do some jail sweeps for us to make sure we don't have any illegal electronics in our facility, as well as providing support to any law enforcement agency in Cobb County, as well as in the metro who needs help to go out and do that. So we're so happy and proud of that. And I just want to turn this over to Chief Hawkins, who was instrumental in bringing Sherlock along, working with Defenders for Children to get this program here to Cobb County. It was a long process, but it was a process that was worthwhile. Anything we can do to keep the citizens and children of Cobb County safe, we're willing to do here at the Sheriff's Office. And we're absolutely trying to do that, and that's the reason why we thought this program was such a great program and why we wanted to be in Metro, so we have at least one of these good support animals in Metro that everyone have the capability of using if needed. So with that being said, I'll be followed by Chief Hawkins to tell you a little bit more about our new canine.
Thank you, Sheriff. So, as the Sheriff said, our electronic detection dog. What does that mean? We are in different times, right? But what I am honored to have is a sheriff that wherever he's going, he's thinking about the community, he's thinking about the region of how we can make ourselves safer. So imagine this. Can you see this? This is a SD card. This has thousands upon thousands upon thousands of images that are endangering our community. And then something as small as this is an electronic device that Sherlock will be able to go in our community and help find and prosecute offenders in our community, targeting children or targeting other crimes that exist in our society nowadays. So now we've evolved in order to have Sherlock be able to help us prosecute crimes, prosecute in the region, but specifically we have our partners here within the city and in the region of investigative units They have special victims units that we can't have the evidence, but now we have the ability to have someone who can search for this type of equipment. So we're honored to have that. We're definitely honored that the sheriff's always thinking, whether it be technology, what can we do to keep our community safe? So this is a resource the county is going to be able to provide for our county and our region, so very excited. But I also would be remiss if I do not share the honor is to have worked with Tony Clark, the CEO of Defenders of Children and their organization, because she didn't let anything go to the side. She was always checking on our process, and to know the passion that these type of canines like Sherlock that are growing in our community and our state and our nation, to have those capabilities to help us fight this dangerous type of crime and these criminals that have hidden very easily ways to do their corrupt crime. So Tony, I can't say how much we're appreciative of Defenders of Children and your board members and everyone's here, and the heart and the passion that she's had. She has an extreme passion. She'll come up and share that a little bit, but I just want to say we have a lot of canines in our agency. We have 9. They do things from narcotics to bomb and dual purpose, but this is our very first electronic detection canine, and his name is Sherlock. So without further ado, Ms. Clark.
Wow, I don't know how to follow that. That was awesome. Thank you. One thing I want to tell everybody, this community has no idea how blessed you are to have a sheriff's office like this. This was actually an easy placement for us. We placed multiple dogs. So far about 16 are out there working, and this particular one was very easy to place because you have a staff, a sheriff that cares, and it was immediate, yes, we want to do what we can to help the children. So I just want to put that out there right away. And we talked to many sheriff's offices and police departments. But I am Tony with Defenders for Children organization. We launched in 2010, and our mission is to do what we can to bring the community together to help fight these horrible crimes that are happening to children. And the canines are a simple tool with people's help to be able to give them and donate them to law enforcement. I mean, a simple gift as a dog, and a lot of people like to say a dog is God backwards. With these dogs and what they're able to do, you will see it. And so I just want you to know that, you know, it's a blessing to stand here, to be able to, you know, have the first canine placed in Atlanta. And this is our goal, to have 8 dogs minimal if we can, because there's a lot of children that are hurting, a lot of women that are hurting, and, you know, we need to do what we can together as individuals, as corporates, you know, the whole overall community to stop what's happening, but it's up to us. So Defenders for Children is requesting everybody to learn more about us and see how you can help, and also help your law enforcement, because we got, a lot of people don't realize there's angels among us right now, and a lot of them are right behind me and in this room. They work hard to fight evil, and there is a lot of evil out there. There's children being hurt in ways that we cannot imagine. And you don't hear it all in the news because you wouldn't be able to handle it, to be honest with you. But they have to deal with it, and that's why we love that. You know, Sherlock is actually therapeutic, will help with the officers that do deal with these horrible crimes, and also they're therapeutic for children who are on site during a search. Now, one thing we do like to tell you is, on average, these dogs are able to locate, on average, 2 to 3 devices per search missed by law enforcement. And you saw the size of that device. It's because they're so tiny and easy to hide. Hidden cameras. We had a recent search where a dog found a camera in the plug. You know, what was that camera doing in a plug in a children's room? Makes you wonder, you know? So it's important that we find every device to prosecute these criminals and save and rescue children. And so we're excited, and we would love to give you a demo to see how powerful the dog is. So here we go. We want to introduce, you know, our wonderful handler, and our wonderful Sherlock right here. So, and right here.
good boy. That's a good boy. Yes. Yes, that's a good boy. All right, let's go. Yes. Show me. Yes, good boy. That's a good boy. Yes, good boy. See? Good boy. There we go. Good that. There we go. Good job.
Found that one.
Good boy.
Will you show them what we found?
So, yes, good boy. Good boy. So, and up under here, this is a laptop. Good boy. Good boy, that's a good boy.
What I'd like to add to it, you see this is an open room, which can be very difficult because there's wind, the fans are going, so the techs can't travel. But you typically, when they go in a search, it's not clean like this, it's a lot of hoarders. It's a lot of stuff around, the dogs can find items buried in the bottom of a garbage bag, wherever, buried. So I just want you to realize that this is just a little, it just give you an idea, but they do search in places that are loaded with items in there. So just want to let you know that. And they are food-driven dogs, so that's how they work with food. So that's what you're seeing, they were giving them food.
Pretty sure your food count for them, so you
Yeah.
see. They didn't know what you're doing going in that
Oh,
pouch,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
tell us what you have, so.
So this is my food pouch. This is where all his food goes. So it zips closed for when I'm not working with him. It's open when I am working with him. And then just a rag to wipe my hands with to get all his food off.
Is there any questions for him?
So since he is food driven, does that mean that you have to have him search in the evening in your house to feed him?
Yes, ma'am. We search twice a day, every day.
Twice a day, every day, whether you have been called out or not?
Yes, ma'am.
And so the partnership is between you and the dog, right? Are there more handlers or is it just you?
I'm the only handler.
You're the only handler. And he lives at your house?
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, she's so pretty.
Any other questions?
No, I was just going to say, catch laptop.
No? You're about to-
Well, I did, but it might be a question I'm gonna get on camera, but I was just, as a curiosity, is there a certain level of training or a certain type of training that's different than like dog drug sniffing, smoking? Or is there something particular that you're training the dog for that could, cue up against the plastic or whatever?
So he's trained specifically for the chemical that's sprayed on the memory storage devices only. So he wouldn't hit on a regular electronic, but he would hit on anything that has the capabilities of storing data.
Huh.
And his name is Sherlock.
Now he wants to go to work. He's like, yes.
More food.
Yes, anything that stores devices at all. So from flash drives, micro SDs, your hidden cameras, air tags, laptops, hard drives, cell phones, anything that's capable of storing data.
You know how people sometimes want to track people and they go take a air tag and drop on their car? For instance, if we have a case like that, someone said we think my car got air tags placed on it, we can't find them, we can always walk Sherlock through it and straight to find the air tag. So it gives us a lot more capabilities for him. Like I say, he's a, from my so he's a multi-purpose. He can do several things with electronics and find. So that's really, he's such an asset for us in the Cobb County. So of course now in the metro area as well.
Here's another interesting thing. See this here? It's like regular key fob for a car. That's actually a camera. So It clicks, lights up, and it vibrates just like a regular car would, but it's actually a camera. So devices are out there that's very easy, very well hidden, to look like something else, to kind of try to trip up law enforcement. And if you look at our table, I have a couple samples over there of other areas, just things that are out there that the general public can't buy, where they can't hide devices in. And be careful with the comment, because it's real comment. Keep thinking of that.
How long does it take to train in electronic detection?
It takes usually, well, Todd Jordan handles all this. We raise the funds and we hire Todd Jordan, the top trainer in the U.S. And it usually takes from 4 to 6 weeks. On the average dog, they're usually around 1.5 to 2 years old, so it makes it a little easier. And then we send up the trainer after that, and the trainer takes about 2 weeks. And they come back, and they have to go back for recertification every year to maintain it. But what keeps them really going is that because they are food driven, they have to train every day, twice a day, to make sure that they are on task. So keep the team going.
I think that's a really interesting distinction. It really is a team.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Because when you take a day off from work, I can't remember, what's your name?
Deputy Kramer.
Deputy Kramer, when you take a day off work, you've got to work the dog. So that's Saturday, Sunday, that's when you're on vacation. I guess you've trained other people how to work him so that you could at least keep him going.
Amazing how many they actually take the dogs on vacation with them.
Well,
They don't
yeah.
want to give them up, it's the
Yeah.
funniest thing, they become their partners, if you look at it that
Yeah.
way, but it's up to them. But a lot of the families, I mean, he has children as well, they make it fun where the kids hide the devices for them. So it's kind of fun, so the family becomes involved. And it's amazing how the children just love these dogs, yeah. So.
Well, thank you all for coming out. Like Tony said, there's some devices for you to look at. Sheriff will be here if anyone has a one-on-one question for him, or Deputy Kramer as well, or Sherlock.
Yeah, there's free pets in this corner if you want them.
Yeah, free pets, free pets.
I'm missing electronics in the office, can you come by?
Yeah, exactly. If you can find if I get a dog to find my phone that I want to stuff in my
It was awesome. I mean, it was
Canine Sherlock is trained to detect a chemical that is sprayed on memory data storage devices. So anything that stores data such as cell phones, laptops, hard drives, computers, SD cards, micro SD cards, hidden cameras, air tags, anything that can store fiduciary value.
Why was it important to have a canine like that?
He's multifaceted, so our mission will be ICAT, which is Event Crimes Against Children. We assist agencies in finding devices that can be leaked fiduciary value for that. We also can search for any devices that are thrown while on chases, dropped on chases, any evidence that might be dropped while outside, inside. You can search for underwater for devices that might be thrown off of anything.
So has he solved any cases yet, or is it kind of new to the job?
So we have been together for 2 months. We completed our certification in Indiana and came back down from there. We haven't been trained since.
Okay. Is this kind of the first of its kind in law enforcement, or is this sort of a new niche that is kind of where it's human trafficking and all the things that go along?
He's the first of his kind for Cobb County and the Atlanta region. There are other canines like